Hello guys, welcome to this music production course, and today we are going to focus on setting up a home recording studio. So what are those items? There are some items that are not necessary for you to get them now. You can get them when you kind of like get a lot of money that you feel you can get all those items. But for now, on a budget, there are some basic things that you need. Number one, a computer. Not just any type of computer. The least spec I will advise you is an Intel Core i5. That's the least you should buy for music production, the least system requirement. So the computer can be a desktop computer or a laptop, anyone that you can buy, but each of them have their own advantage and disadvantages, so you make the choice. But I will advise you to buy a laptop instead, because a laptop is portable and it's very easy to handle, and you can use it even if there is no light. But if you buy a desktop. Number two is digital audio workstation. That is a DAW, DAW. That one is a recording software. It's a music production software. So there are so many of them out there. There is Cubase, there is FL Studio, there is Ableton, there is Logic Pro, Acid Pro. There are lots of them, but they all do the same thing. So pick one or two and learn how to use it. And in our course, we are going to be focusing on FL Studio as our digital audio workstation. We'll focus on FL Studio. You will need a microphone. There are different types of microphones. We have the dynamic microphone, which is the one that is very, very common. That's a dynamic microphone. And there is the condenser microphone. So the microphone you buy is the condenser microphone, and there are several types of condenser microphones, from the Behringer B2 Pro to Behringer C1, AKG. Just get the one that you can afford, right? It's not all about the gears, it's how you handle those gears. So just get the ones you can afford. So if I will advise you on a condenser microphone to buy, there is the Behringer C1. You can start with a Behringer C1, or if you can afford the Behringer B2, it's a very nice mic too. And there is AKG, this mic. If you can afford this one too, it's a very nice mic to start with. And number four is an audio interface. The audio interface is just like a mixer that connects your computer and the microphone and your headphones and everything. It connects it to the computer through the audio interface. That's also known as a sound card. So that's the use of the audio interface. You will need a mic stand, a stand that will hold the microphone, and you need a pop filter again. The pop filter kind of help you to filter the noise, the S's sound and the pops. As you are singing, there are S's, there are noise coming from your mouth, like S sound, like the pop, all those noise. So the pop filter helps to clear out all those things. Studio headphones. You need studio headphones, and I'll still advise you to get a studio monitor. If you cannot buy the real studio monitors, you can buy that type, those common speakers. At least it will give you a feeling, a visualization of how your mix is sounding, outside. Next up is the cables. All these stuffs come with their own cables, but in case if they didn't come with their own cables, you can buy. So there are different cables for different functions, for different uses. So this one is an XLR cable. This cable is for microphone, for connecting your microphone. This is the best type of cable for microphones because it's balanced, So as you can see, this one is for mic. This will go to the mic connector, and this will go to your sound card. If you check your sound card, you see the hole provided. Yes, here you see the hole provided. Here's the place that you block. Yes, and then there is a cable again for connecting your speakers. There is a 1/4 inch cable, and there is the other one, the balanced stereo cable. As you can see, the difference is that this one is having rings. You see, it's having 2 rings. This is a stereo jack, a stereo cable, while this one is just having just one. So this one, it definitely is a mono cable. And then there are RCA cables. These ones, they are used to connect amplifiers or aux or mixers, so just buy the ones that you need. And there's one important thing again that you need: acoustic panels. If you enter a place, a room for instance, and there's nothing inside, and you shout, you hear there's a kind of echo, reverb, some, like the sound is coming back at you, and you feel like there's reverb again. So the acoustic panels help to kind of like absorb those sounds, those echo, reverb. It helps to absorb all those sounds. So you also need acoustic panels. They are very, very important. Yeah, so those are the things that you need to set up a recording studio, at least for now. A studio desk or a table that you place all these items on. These items, they are very, very expensive, so you don't want any item losing its grip and falling on the floor. It's going to cost you a lot to repair it. So you need a studio desk. If you can afford a studio desk, fine. If you cannot, just get a simple table that will be keeping all these gears on. In the aspect of beats production, you need what we call the MIDI keyboard or a MIDI piano. Like these ones, they don't provide sounds. Like on their own, they don't make sounds, except if you load a sound to them. So they are just, as they are called, MIDI controllers, right? They just control buttons, sounds, plugins, and all those stuffs in your digital audio workstation. They just control all those stuffs. They don't do much. There are lots of all these controllers out there. You pick anyone that you can afford, either that of Akai or that of M Audio.